WIIFTV PM.
Ladies Jackson.
If you could make up a social media holiday, what would it be?
Randy said National Don't Let No One Put You Down Day.
No one. What you gonna do? So when they say something crazy, you slap them?
Be like me said. Remy said a Jukathon Day.
Man, we about 60 years old. I be done had a heart
You
attack.
gotta get your heart rate up.
Okay, that not that far.
Yeah. All right, Mario said my favorite one. My friends and I do what we call National Call Off from Work Day.
As a business owner, I don't.
You don't like that, yeah.
I don't like that one.
Because I'm the boss of this family.
We got Marcus Garvey Day from Remy too.
Oh, Marcus Garvey Day. All right, what will we do on Marcus Garvey Day?
Call off from work.
I'm going to need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. That would be great. Okay?
Yeah, right.
Every black holiday has something to do with calling off from work.
You're cool. I'm out.
How about National Join a Positive Black Organization Day? Because I don't want to be recruited. I don't want to be recruited and the brothers be like, thank you. Thank you. How about National Tell White People the Truth Day? Tell them how you really feel.
You can't handle the truth.
Why don't we call that National Black People Get Locked Up Day?
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Hello.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
My name is Chris Levy, and I'm working hard to become your next 5th Ward Alderman. As a lifelong Chicagoan, I chose the historic 5th Ward as my home and a place to raise my family. This means I have a vested interest in our safety and prosperity. But we need a change, and I'm the best candidate for the job. I'm not a career politician, but a motivated citizen who cares and will do whatever it takes to restore our community to greatness. My name is Chris Levy, and I want to drive change. Please punch 60 and vote for me for 5th Ward Alderman. My name is Chris Levy, and I approve this message.
Mother, there's too many of you crying. Brother, there's far too many of you dying. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in today. Father, we don't need to escalate. War is not the answer, 'cause only love can conquer hate. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Picket lines, picket signs, don't punish me. Brutality, talk to me so you can see what's going on, what's going on, what's going on. I wanna know what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? Mother, mother, mother.
WIFTDPM.
Uh-oh, what's in it for the black people?
You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts. Man, Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case, he was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you could put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Riis, we starting a little bit earlier than we've been starting lately. Riis was like, you got about 2 more songs in you. Riis, I went down to Springfield yesterday, and I ran into one of our family members. Shout out to Chantel Franklin, who was like, you for real, you quitting? I was like, why, yes, Chantel, I am. I'm leaving. She was like, so can I get that half hour back in the morning then, please? She was like, you think you slick. You done started doing 6:30 arrivals, and I be up at 6 o'clock. She like, don't get it twisted. I be up listening to you and Riis and listen to the music. But I've been noticing that you done started at 6:30. You done moved the time. 6:10 we used to be on and popping. Now you be 6:20, 6:30, you be moseying on into the joint. Like, you know, when it's your senior year and you don't get to your first class on time no more, right? You be like, I'm gonna start that class. You know what to teach it. But Chantel was pretty adamant about she cracks me up though. She was like, you know me, I'm with y'all every morning. You know, because it was people was like, I want to introduce you. She was like, first of all, don't introduce me. I was like, man, we go way, way, way back. Way back. So anyway, we are starting the show earlier, not earlier, I guess closer to on time than we have here been lately. I have been enjoying my pregame music selections, but DJ Riis the Ruler, it is only fair that if people are getting up at 6 o'clock, that the least I could do is show up just a little less late. Right? You know, when people show up they be a half hour, you've been sitting there waiting. They be like, hey, how you doing? Like, ain't nothing happened. All right, so it was funny, though, because she showed was like, you think you slick. So I'm back up early on a little closer to on time. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man in the building on a Thursday, which means that it's kick-in day. It's kick-in day. It's the man on the ones and twos, the one and only DJ Riis the Ruler. How you feeling on this Thursday morning?
Man, you know, I'm blessed by the best. I know the rest. I had my morning that I've been woke for about an hour and a half has been pretty interesting. And you ever go to sleep and you know, everybody in the house know that you wake up first, you know. So they come in, take your keys to get something out the car. They don't put the keys back. So, you know, now it's time to go. You trying to get out the door, and now you got, you know, and then you go to them, you be like, oh, okay. You like, you know, I really didn't want to wake you this early, but, you know, I'm looking for the key. And then they be like, and they on the table. Even though you already looked on the table, you go to the table, be like, you know, maybe I overlooked, so I'm going to go. They're not on the table. Then they, you know, out there asleep, they get up, moseying around looking for the key. Oh, it's at this place. So I was like, all right, finally found the key, leave out. So I'm driving, get on the E-way, and, man, the car cut me. I for sure thought I was in an accident this morning. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, I had already, like, Jesus, I'm finna get hit by a car. But for somehow, it didn't happen.
That's the good Lord.
It didn't happen.
That's the good Lord. He didn't want to hit my mouth.
I'm telling you, it did not happen. So I was like, oh, man. But, yeah, so that has been my eventful morning. And I got another, like, 13 hours of work.
Dang.
So, but yeah, it was crazy, man.
But that just goes back to your point. Blessed by the best. You already know the rest.
I'm telling you, that's why I said, man, I you know how you merging on, then there's that one car that don't want to let you in, then that other car don't want. So like now all the cars together, and then the car in front of you just abruptly stop. Oh my God, it's crazy, man. It was crazy. I was like, oh, I just maneuvered, and I was like, oh, I'm finna get hit by a car. But luckily, that car maneuvered over, and I'm here.
I ain't gonna lie to you, Riis. I've been on the expressway a couple times here lately where I done took my hands off the wheel and be like, oh, Lord,
Right.
Lord.
I'm telling you.
And it be nothing but God.
I'm telling you.
It be God. It be God.
I just knew. That's all I said was, oh, my God, I'm finna get hit by it. I was just like, my day finna be so long. But that thing moved around, next thing you know, I looked up and we all just
sitting here in the morning show. Lord. Well, that's all good, man. Well, I'm glad to know. See, you blessed by the best. I already know the rest. You talking about being up. Riis, I'm a little tired. But anyway, let's do this. Let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet. We are up and away. Gotta tell you, fam. Whew, I'm sleepy today. Riis, we roll out, dun 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 dun. Roll out, we rolled out yesterday to Springfield. I ain't gonna lie, I sleep the best in the car. I really do.
When you're not driving,
you know I'm not driving, Riis. Riis, I'm not driving. Let's be clear, I'm not driving. I'm not. But yesterday we rolled out to Springfield, and you know, like, but why does the sleep you get in the car not count towards your sleep when you get in the bed? Right? Because I slept well, first of all, the driver was driving. I think that might have been the quickest I ever got back from Springfield, got there or got back. I think he might have been doing 100 the whole way there. I don't think he went less than 90.
I say, slow down, bro. I'm trying to get some Z.
No, I was asleep. I was like, dang, man. But you know, I woke up like, you know, this is why I usually wake up at the rest stop, right? That's my wake up to make sure we was at the rest stop. Well, we was at the rest stop, but we wasn't at the rest stop like the Bloomington rest stop. We was at the Springfield rest stop. When I woke up, I was like, golly. Then Riis, we went to the dig. I got to tell you, we ran into Aaron yesterday. Well, actually, he walked up on us. Now that I think about it, you know who I'm talking about when I say Aaron, state representative, the tweeter. It was interesting to say the least. We're going to talk about that a little bit later on today.
I wonder how people see after they tweet and you see them in real life. Like these. Hey.
I'm going to tell you, I was thinking about this yesterday. I was thinking along the lines like, yeah, I like he in a room for, this is me, man. In a room full of black folks, I'm talking about a room full. Dude came through and was like, I wasn't going to dodge you. I came up to you. And it's like, shout out to the what's in it for the Black People First family. Because, you know, they was like, hold it, own it. Hold it. What? You know, Sister Erica put the meme. She came back with the meme mug. Then James was like, hey, man, I tweeted you back. Why you ain't say nothing to me? Right? And then it was kind of like a lot of explaining and a lot of, it wasn't like that. And anyway, y'all stay tuned because we're going to talk about that in a minute, a little bit later. But I do feel like I don't feel like I'm going to take away fear, but I don't feel like there's a healthy respect for what black people could be capable of, if that makes sense. Right? Like, I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it in a way that doesn't get turning into something crazy. But Riis, like, dude walked into a whole joint full of black folks, knowing that just earlier he was like, don't be with them guys over there. But it's a whole mentality that I think we have to really think about and talk about. So we're going to get to that a little bit later. But we rode out to Springfield yesterday. It was a good time, although I did sleep most of the trip. I don't think they realize how tiring it is to be, you know what I'm saying? So Riis, if I get some 3 hours of just unadulterated sitting down time, there's no chance for me to stay awake. It's just,
I told my daughter that she was like, you want to watch TV? I said, baby, that sounds like a nap.
Right. I'm trying to figure.
I'm going to let you know that I can't tell you a show that I have watched completely straight through and quite. Even if it's an hour show, I can just be watching like BMF. I have to watch it twice.
Me too. I do. Like, if I'm not watching it in the middle of the, like, if I start watching something at 8:30, 9 o'clock, it's getting wake. It's sleep, wake. I always wake up with half hour later. Carrie got the remotes. Because she like, you ain't watching it no way. And we was going to have to watch it again anyway. So I'm just going to watch some craziness. Then I wake up mad. Because why you got this Real House, what is it, Real Housewives from Africa or something that they be watching now?
Atomic.
They got Africans now, though. They got people from Africa.
I think that I forgot what year, man.
I wake up mad like, she was like, you asleep. Yeah, I be like, I was not asleep. No, I'm not. Yes, you was. How we get a half hour into this show if you're asleep? Jesus, man. They got a lot of shows that make black people look bad, and we be watching all of them.
Lock Up.
Look,
you ain't got to tell me.
Love After Lockup.
I
won't find myself.
One day be like, what happened to James? He be like, how do I know his name is James?
I don't know, Riis. I refuse to get sucked in. I refuse to get sucked in at all. Like, I don't watch none of if it's got somebody with nails this long, I'm not touching it. Right? If you had, I don't know, man. I don't think I've seen a housewife since Cherie. Way back in the way. I'm talking about Cherie like in 2010. Since then, I ain't seen no housewives, nothing. So anyway, yep, we're going to talk about that trip tomorrow, that trip a little bit later. Yesterday, the governor gave his budget address, planning to invest heavily in education, in early childhood education. I'm going to tell you, the state of Illinois is going to be a Democratic example. JB is going to make sure that they do, Riis, all of the things that they talk about nationally. We're going to have some version of it, like early childhood education. We're going to have that in Illinois. We got a ban on assault weapons. That's going to happen. So JB is trying to make Illinois a model of what it would look like if he's the nation, if he was president. I guess my thing is, Riis, they keep acting like Joe Biden ain't running. They trying to run Joe Biden up out of there. You think Joe Biden ain't running? He gonna run that.
He is, but I wouldn't recommend it. Like I'm not gonna lie. I could see them like challenging him. You know, like no disrespect, Joe, but I see a couple of Democrats looking like, yeah, you know, we could.
You pushing down the steps a little bit.
We can get Joe up out of here.
See, yeah, I think Joe Biden keeps saying yeah. And I think they like, we're with Joe Biden. But just in case, like I'd be like, just in case, change your mind, just in case. They getting they whole you dig ready. If I was Kamala, I'd be salty, right? Because they planning around Kamala. If you saw the news the other day, they was talking about, will Joe Biden get a new running mate? And I was like, I feel like the Republicans about to be working that number too. Like, cause Kamala Harris, they was making fun of her saying she don't really do too much, so now she's trying to raise her weight up. So we're gonna talk about that. She come to Chicago a whole bunch. She must got a favorite restaurant. What you think Kamala's favorite restaurant is? Taj Mahal? Oh my bad. I bet it ain't soul food.
I think it is.
I bet it ain't. Because of hot sauce in her purse. Nah. You think she still carry hot sauce in her purse?
Yeah, but I think her favorite go-to food is definitely, if she being real, you know, it's some soul food, or, you know, some mild sauce chicken or something. I believe it.
She don't even know what mild sauce is.
She don't know what mild sauce.
She don't even know what mild sauce is. That's why she walking around with the, you know, if you want to impress Chicagoans. You know they sell Harold's mild sauce in the bottle now?
Oh, yeah.
In the store?
Yeah.
Does it taste like mild sauce?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to get some of that, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to make me some urban fried chicken.
That's almost what every restaurant uses now.
Wait.
You get it from home? You get it from Restaurant Depot?
Wait. Nah, I'm saying they got it in the bottle like Pete's, like a little bottle.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I'm talking about
no.
I'm talking about you can go in the store now and buy Harold's sauce, like hot sauce. You can buy that like in the store.
And you can buy by the gallon too. That's what I was saying. Like,
do they say Harold's hot mild sauce on the bottle?
They say mild sauce.
Oh.
No, actually, the reason why you don't see it because they call it barbecue sauce. It don't say mild sauce on there. Okay. But it actually is mild sauce. Crazy. It's good though. But no, I think it's soul food. You don't think it?
I think she like hot tamales, man.
No,
she be at the border too much. She was at the border a lot, protected. I'm telling you, man.
You know, black people do love their tacos.
Hey man, Taco Tuesday might as well be a black thing now.
Black people love them some tacos. You tell them, cause
I be trying to go with the Taco Tuesday theme. It's just like we love. I never knew black people to celebrate Cinco de Mayo until Riis was like, man,
that's the day I'm black again. What you talking about, man? I'm black.
That's what you want. Brown Sugar Bakery. She went and got her a slice of caramel cake, but she ain't getting no sandwich. Did she eat? Did she go across the street and get her some limbs? I don't know, Riis. I don't know. She might be like, rib tips. What are these? I'm not gonna eat these. Take me to anyway. All right. It's supposed to be winter snow today, Riis. They say so up to 7 inches on northern Illinois. If you're going to Wisconsin, up to 7 inches. Man, how we go from 50 to snow, but we coming back to 50? Somebody gonna be sick as a dog. As long as it ain't me and you, I'm all good though. Riis, I think we're gonna broadcast from Obsidian next week. I know you're looking like, dag nabbit, that's a little bit longer on my drive. But I think we need to have some candidate forums for some of these races. And I don't think we can get everybody in here. So we can set the stage up and we'll broadcast from Obsidian next week. So if you are in the 4th Ward, we're looking to have a candidate debate for the 4th Ward, a candidate debate for the 5th Ward, a candidate debate for the 6th Ward. We want to hit those up first, and then we'll go through the rest of the list. So, Riis, you might have to put in a little extra gas. I think what we do is we set the studio up, and then every single day we can just set it up for.
So it'll be multiple days then, right?
Yeah. Next week, let's just plan to broadcast, and then I think maybe like Friday we could have a pre-campaign rally or something like that and have a live broadcast, right, with everybody, all the people coming in to see us and hang out, and you know what I'm saying, right before we get to election. And I think maybe election day we should broadcast from Obsidian, right, and tell candidates if they're out and about.
Yeah, you talking about on the 28th, right?
Yeah. I think maybe we set up and from next Monday through election day, we broadcast from Obsidian, right? Then we could get us some coffee and donuts. You know, if somebody want to stop in and visit us, if the campaigns want to bring their little campaign staff to watch, we can have a little good time, because you know the candidate forums are over. Although, did I tell you Willie Wilson coming in today?
To do what? To like sit in? Oh,
Willie Wilson. What you mean to do what? This is the #1 black news outlet in the morning.
I never doubted that. I just wanted to make. I thought I was just saying that like.
But Dr. Wilson was trying to call in. I was like, hold on, Dr. Wilson. You think you finna call into the main? Nah, cuz you gonna have to come on in. So 8 o'clock they'll be here. He's like, Dr. Jackson, send me your number. Send me your address.
That's all good. Old,
so Riis, you gotta get the TV room ready. You gotta do all that stuff on the break so we can make sure Dr. Wilson know we ain't no ragtag country operation. Yeah, although he wouldn't hold that against us.
You know what? Not to mention, I think one of our greatest guests was the one that bought the whole breakfast spread. I don't remember who that was.
That was Harold E.K. Williams.
Shout out to Harold E.K.
Harold brought a spread.
Harold brought a spread.
He brought a spread for Richard Boykin. Let's see. And Richard Boykin is his campaign manager. So let's see if they bring us. Now, if it's Dr. Wilson, I ain't accepting no. You can't give me no fruit tray from Jewel though. I want some breakfast. You better stop at Peaches. Get us some. We want some peaches for breakfast.
They was open that early. I had some peaches for the first time. Yeah, it was amazing.
Trellis was the cook. Hey man, I'm trying to get Trellis to be the executive chef over at Obsidian, and you know, like when we have our events, be like.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Hey man, did you have the peach coffee? They had the peach coffee the other day.
You know what I did? The
salmon croquettes.
The hangover chicken or whatever.
Oh, no, they didn't try to give you hangover thighs, did they? Because, you know, they was at one point, you know, they was doing hangover thighs. Not that we eat thighs. I remember Tennille came in here one day with her thighs. Like, oh, look, I brought y'all a box of thighs. I was like, don't nobody around here. When nobody eat thighs.
Nothing wrong with a good thigh from time to
Man,
time.
what do you do with that bone? That old crazy looking bone that be like, don't nobody want no thighs. I'm not eating thighs. Anyway. Shout out to Peaches and their hangover chicken. And you know I need, man. You know what, Riis? I've learned that I'm starting to like chicken baked in the oven. Like when I do buffalo wings now, I don't want them fried in the fryer. I just like baking them, seasoning them and baking them, and they get crunchy and crispy and all that good stuff. And you ain't got, you know, because when you rewarm fried, you know, like the kind where they got the flour and it be like soggy. You put them bad boys in the oven.
Yeah. I actually prefer baked for me. I started really eating baked about 10 years ago. Like in my 20s, I really prefer baked over over fried.
That's my son. You know what? My son don't even like chicken skin. I'm like, how, son?
You don't like that?
How do you like if he has fried chicken? You know what he's doing?
He's on the west side.
He's
the best part.
He's taking the skin off. I'd be like, Doug, well, can I get that then?
Right.
Let me get that.
I don't mean to be rude, but you might as well go ahead and give it to me. Like you ever had the person that only eat either like a piece of like they eat the crust or just the top or something like that? You know, like you know what? I'll take that and add it on mine. But yeah, that's the best part. The skin,
weirdo son.
Especially when it's fried. I ain't gonna lie. When that
fried chicken come
right,
out. We had some fried chicken last night down in Springfield. It was good stuff. Yeah, but no, we don't eat thighs. Tennille was probably passing out. So it wasn't hangover thighs. It was hangover chicken wings?
Yeah, I had some hangover wings.
Okay. All right, I was just checking. Thighs. I'm going to eat no thighs. What else we got on the list? Stepping up in the face. Oh. So I saw two things yesterday. So yesterday when so I ran into Aaron Ortiz. You guys know that's the guy who did the video. Here, Riis, turn me up in the whatchamajig. I'm on remind. How you beat the machine?
I beat the machine with the support of the community members that helped me grow up. Helped me, people who have been in this community for quite some time. I mean, one of the first people that I can mention is the owners of this coffee shop. Jesse Inigas is someone who is an activist in the community, and I constantly saw him advocating for his community. Jesse, come on over here. I mean, this guy's constantly always advocating for his community.
From the coffee shop?
Yeah, from the coffee shop. I mean,
look, they building political empowerment from the coffee shop.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm just seeing individuals like himself from the neighborhood, rooted, who understand what are the true issues impacting our community. That made me really motivate myself, and seeing a bunch of other individuals from the community advocating for the needs of Back of the Earth made me understand that we have the same thing. We need the same thing a little bit further southwest, in Gage Park, Archer Heights, Brighton Park. These communities that were predominantly white immigrant communities, European communities, that are now Latino immigrant communities, and I know have been underserved and underrepresented, and that's why it's time to bring some change to the southwest side.
So I ran into him yesterday, Riis, and I was so glad to be. Well, I didn't run. He walked up on me, actually.
So did he know that you played that clip on the show?
I don't know if he knows that I played the clip, but he did come to the Black Caucus event and did walk up and be like, you see I walked up on you, I wasn't going to avoid you, etc. And I was thinking about a lot of this a little bit later on, like sometimes you be in the moment, and I was just hot. I was like, damn, dog. I was really thinking about this interview because I remember talking to the dude, and I remember them being like super like ally, like really trying to be appearing to be pose as a friend, work as a spy. And I was just thinking about yesterday, people stepping up and people stepping back. I think it was bold of the representative to walk into the Black Caucus event and walk up kind of on me or walk up to me.
It's like a vibe check. Like you know how you go to see somebody, you know what I'm saying, still messing with you. So that's why people sometimes feel comfortable on you. They want to,
Oh, it was a vibe check. Well, he found out that the vibe wasn't sweet.
Oh, you know how they behave.
Like it was not like I was like
to him, you was just to him,
He tried to play it like, oh, it was just politics, man. Maze, I was I'm not. We really do need to have that. I was like, nah, fam, it ain't even, like, really, you trying to be cool? Like, you just did this, right? It was funny because Wiftable One stepped up. I watched you know how you be watching the room and you see, remember I told you stuff replays back in my mind after it happens? Like I feel like there's a video camera. I feel like when it happened, there was people watching it who knew somewhat of what was going on, and they tried to stay away from it so that they didn't have to confront the issue. Then there was the people who stepped up, which was what's in it for the black people first, who had my back in that space. Now, I don't know that there was a back needed, but I do think that it was more of a vibe check, not of me, but to see if he was still good with the black people, if that makes sense. Like, it's one thing to be like Maze, but it's another thing to be like, you know what? I don't know if and what I came to recognize is a lot of people in Springfield, and this goes back to my point, didn't know what happened or didn't know about the whole incident, which is one of the things that I think is always crazy. They had no clue. So dude walked in checking, and then after we had our little you dig, he was able to go to other black people and kind of be like, "Yeah, man, Maze." And it's like, "Oh, don't worry about him. We still cool." And it's like, fam, I'm here because he just said they was going to take your lunch. So I want to talk about that interaction yesterday only because I think there's a lot of different things that I saw, but stepping up in the face of a challenge as compared to stepping back. It was dope to see my squad step up. It was a little disheartening to see other people step back. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later. It is All-Star Weekend, Riis, in Salt Lake City. I'm about to tell y'all. I'm going to tell y'all. All-Star Weekend in Salt Lake City is going to be a little different than than Las Vegas, than Los Angeles, than any of the cities. Because I think the bars close at 12 o'clock in Salt Lake City. Ain't finna be none of that extra Salt Lake, none of that extra. You ain't Salt Lake City where they jammed up Kobe.
Yeah, but then they're gonna have some little parties. They're gonna do something.
Yeah, right, but I'm just here to tell you, you gonna have to get an invite because you ain't finna be at the club in Salt Lake City. I'm just telling you, Salt Lake City is Mormon town. Like we was there for the Sundance Music Festival, Riis. I'm here to tell you that bad boy was closed at midnight. Like, all you could see was the Mormon Tabernacle Church. Lights was off, the whole you did. It was crazy. And then, for those of you who are fans of the Wu-Tang Wednesdays is back. Wu-Tang, the series premiere, I think, was yesterday on Hulu. So, we got some stuff to be catching up. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll welcome the listeners from WBGX, and then we'll get to the social media question of the day. I am your host, Maze Jackson. DJ Riis. We'll be back.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break. Maze Jackson.
Tune in to the Maze Jackson Show every day, Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 a.m., where you can catch us on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Facebook Live. Plus, from 6:30 to 8, you can get us on WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, it's the Maze Jackson Show, where every single day we ask the question, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them, Maze said. We out of here. Peace.
We can count on Paul Vallis. When Paul Vallis was CEO of Chicago Public Schools, he revitalized our neighborhood schools. No one delivered more for our underserved young people than Paul Vallis. As mayor, Paul Vallis will ensure that communities long neglected get a fair share of city investment, attracting the grocery stores we need, improving sanitation, and other city services in our neighborhoods. Vote Paul Vallis, a mayor for all of us. Paid for by Vallis for Mayor.
Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago. The violence in Chicago must stop. Willie Wilson pledges real action to do that. A revised police structure, 4 superintendents, more accessible to their neighborhoods, providing faster communication and concentration of resources. Willie Wilson pledges more integrated police patrols to increase community, confidence, and cooperation. Willie Wilson's pledge will make Chicago safer. Finally, Chicago, do it right. Willie Wilson for mayor.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion had to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leading me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me. Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please.
Gethsemane, Gethsemane, Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. God's gonna turn around. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, to Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. God's gonna turn around. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, to Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. God's gonna turn around. Glory to Gethsemane, Gethsemane, to Golgotha, oh, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:45 a.m. I am Riis, the ruler, with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. As we head over to sports, the Blackhawks in action playing against the Maple Leafs. The Maple Leafs will put up an early run as they beat the Blackhawks 5-2. Chicago Bulls taking on a division as well as conference rival in Indiana. Bulls need to win, but will fall short 113-117. As we head over to traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop will be 25 minutes. Outbound will be 18 on the Edens. From Deerfield to the Exchange and back will be 28 minutes on the Eisenhower. Thorndale to the Loop, 33 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 27. The Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 37 minutes. Outbound will be 30. While the Bishop Ford, I-80 to the Dan Ryan, 35 minutes, as well as 35 minutes outbound. On the Dan Ryan, 17 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th, while Deuce Sabo Drive is locked in at 8 minutes in all directions. Today's weather, it is currently 35 and drizzling. Today will be a high of only 35 with a low of 26. Expect rain from now until noon and then snow from noon until midnight. I'm Riis, the ruler. That's your sports, traffic, and weather here on the Mays Jackson Show.
Dear Lord, it's me again. God's gonna turn around. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another. Please, son, look and have mercy. Have mercy over our home, Lord. Have mercy. Have mercy. God's gonna turn around. God's gonna turn around.
You are listening to the Mays Jackson Show. I'm your host, Mays Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the rule on the ones and twos. And y'all, it is that time of the day when we say what's up to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. That's right, WBGX 1570 AM. You can give us a call at 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. You can catch us every day, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 AM. That's right, Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 8 AM. You can also get us on the TuneIn app, like Sister Zakia and Big John Austin, right? You can tune in every day, 6:30 to 8. Go to the App Store or the Google Play with your, let me stop. Google Play and Store. Download the TuneIn app and go to WBGX 1570 AM. Yeah. Then I want to say what's up to everybody from Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch who join us every day, 6 to 9. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You just put in Mays Jackson. If you're on Facebook, it's the Mays Jackson page. If you're on YouTube, it's at Mays Jack, right? But check us out, tune in, get the show, full broadcast, the whole thing, every day, Monday through Friday. Now, Riis, you know it's also that time that we do every single day now, where we say what's up and happy birthday to the birthday people in the building. Now we gotta send an extra big shout happy birthday out to Nest the God. Nest the God, you know, the author of the theme song, The Hole You Dig, Reparations, 187. Man, hey Riis, I'm gonna tell you, when Nest performs, it's always the people who ain't from the morning show who don't know him, and they be like, you know, they be ready to be like, whatever. Like the other day, we was like, Ness, can I get you to do 2 for us? Ness did 2 songs, and, you know, people be like, I don't want to hear, you know, it'd be like the local Chicago rap. You know how we do our rappers, right? Then he get into, it be down. Next thing you know, Reese, everybody is like, oh my God, that was dope, man. Then he go to the second song. They be like, damn, he can rap for real.
Better tell them these what award winners are like credited songs. Like, okay, you better tell them put some respect on these songs.
Put some respect on Ness the guy's name. You know him as Loch Ness Monster. It is his birthday today. So shout out to Ness the guy, man. Appreciate you, Femo. Shout out to Noel Marguerite, straight up from Bolingbrook. We go all the way back to 4th grade when we were in Miss Ruppel's class together. Shout out to Noel Marguerite. Gerson Lopez de Araujo. I don't know who the hell that is, but every once in a while he come in and tell me that I'm a racist pig and, you know, blah, blah, blah. But happy birthday to you, too. Shout out to Cookie, better known as Jatan Harvey. If y'all been to Cookies on 79th, y'all make sure y'all send a big old happy birthday. That is Chelsea's mama. But you ever been to Cookies on 79th, Reese?
I don't even know what that is.
Man, Cookies on 79th used to be the joint. Game night, we would be out there. When I was a young whippersnapper, boy, we'd be out there kicking it all the time. Buffett and the crew. Shout out to Toya Lynn Supreme, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, Belle Beckham, happy birthday to you too, as well as Courtney Hicks Lanier. I don't know if y'all remember Courtney Hicks. She used to be on 106 Jams back in the day. She used to do middays, and now she is a newscaster down in North Kakalaka. Shout out to Ray King as well. So happy birthday to everybody today. But extra special shout out to our guy, Ness the guy, on your birthday, dog. Happy birthday. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, 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 birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, y'all. Courtesy of Maze and Reese and the whole crew at the Maze Jackson Show. We hope that you enjoy this day. And if y'all having a party and we didn't get invited, well, you have a happy birthday anyway. Not as happy, but happy anyway. All right, y'all. Reese, they ain't bring us no cake.
Should have had a party at Obsidian and let both fields cater for you.
Oh, look at that. See the combo deal? You see how he worked the combo?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that. He worked the combo deal in there. I ain't even tripping, though. Check it out. You know, if you want to have a birthday, you might need to. Well, anyway, we'll talk about that in a little while. Y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Reese, the rule on the ones and twos. All right, Reese. I had some very interesting conversations yesterday in Springfield. Besides old Aaron Ortiz, we're going to talk about Aaron Ortiz and the Black and Brown Coalition, or lack thereof, about 7:30. Don't forget, 8 o'clock, Dr. Willie Wilson will be in the studio as well. Reese. But yesterday, I was watching, we were down in Springfield, and I had some really good conversations. You might not realize, but as a lobbyist, you got to have conversations, you got to get your information, you got to recognize that it's all types of people lobbying for the attention of the legislators, etc. So I was listening and looking yesterday, and I was looking at the sponsorship of the Black Caucus event. And what I realized was the biggest sponsors was white corporate America of the Black Caucus.
I can see that.
I can too. And as a former executive director of the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus, it serves as another example of why we gotta really take an assessment of where we are and then plan from there. I think we plan based on what we think are absolutes that are based on 10 and 20-year-old premises. I got to be clear with you that the black infrastructure has been degraded. With a lack of attention paid to the black infrastructure over the last 20 to 25 years, we have essentially, Riis, allowed our offense and defense to become kind of trash. And I don't think, let me back up. I had an action-packed conversation in a short amount of time. And in that action-packed conversation, one of the things that was pointed out to me, which is one of the things that I talk about here all the time, is that the black infrastructure is degraded. Like, we haven't built it. And so not having built it collectively, I don't know that we're prepared to take complete advantage. Then I was listening to, I hear different things when I hear. But as the former executive director, I want to give Tiffany Hightower a great big shout out, because she has turned the Black Caucus soiree into a much bigger thing than it was. And white corporate America has jumped on it. But Riis, one of the things that was apparent to me yesterday was the lack of black wealth in the room or participating in the room. I was thinking, like, here in this room, if you could put business, politics, I saw the streets, I saw politics, but I saw really no black money in the room. Let me not say no. A limited amount. And so what I want to do, Riis, is start with this question. So if you don't mind hitting the button, and I want you to open up the lines, 872-259-7474, 872-259-74. And callers, I want you to be intentional about these phone calls, and I want you to be thoughtful about it, because this is going to be part of a 3-part segment, right? And we're going to start here with, bam.
It's time for the social media question of the day.
Where is the black money in Illinois? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Where is the black money in Illinois? What I want to know is, who are the blacks in Illinois that are thriving? That will consist of old money and new money. Because I often think, as I was talking about yesterday, old money, in my estimation, is disconnected from black people. I.e., the old black money in Chicago was made generations ago, and they are maintaining kind of the status quo. But remember, those black millionaires were not made by black people. So like I was thinking about as I was looking at the event yesterday, the number of old school black people who don't participate in the Black Caucus event, soiree, etc. So now I want to understand, where is the black money? Then I thought about the new school black people that are making money. And Riis, I got to be honest, I didn't see them there either. Now, I saw black lobbyists and I saw black elected officials, but what I did not see was wealthy blacks in the room. Then I said, well, where are the professions that black people are thriving in, that are making wealth? Where are the opportunities? 1, construction. 2, law. 3, finance. 4, education. What are the new areas of money that have been created? You say cannabis, gaming, and healthcare. And where's the traditional money? In banking, finance, and insurance. Riis, it became blatantly obvious to me last night that black wealth has been disconnected from black government legislatively. And so the wealth that is created in the black community right now is regenerative, i.e. it is the old people still using their old tactics to make money. But where is the opportunity for black wealth to be created in Illinois? Give us a call, 872-259-7474, 872-259-7474. Where does black wealth exist in the black community? And I'm not talking about the old guys, right? Because the old guys are protecting what they got. Maybe even growing and taking because they've learned how to master the system. But where is the money in the black community? And when I was thinking about the Black Caucus Foundation yesterday, I thought how dope it is that they have the ability to get these white corporations to step up, which they should. But in my estimation, the people that I see making money or doing well do not have a connection, do not see their wealth as connected to politics. And I was thinking about why all of those corporations sponsor events like that. Is because, Riis, they've made their wealth, they've made a significant amount of money through their relationships with the Black Caucus. Conversely, I did not see a lot of black businesses that served as sponsors who are wealthy or who are thriving, because some kind of way there's not a connection between them. And I want to know, where is the black wealth in Illinois? What are the arenas that black people are thriving in? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Call you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Shalom, shalom from New York City.
King Israel. So did you in New York City again? Hey, man, I want you to go to that Rolex
Yes,
store.
sir.
You be staying at the Rolex store, man. I want that Sky Dweller, right? You give me the Sky
Actually, it wasn't a
Dweller.
Rolex, so I was putting it.
And if you don't give me a Sky
let me
Dweller,
be honest,
man, you ain't give me one?
I'm saying it wasn't that I was at the Rolex store. I put some heat on Related Midwest. Don Bernanke and them boss. Kirk barely bought them when they say be wearing them $700 shirts.
Oh, So what happened? You went to?
Oh, yeah.
So you went to?
No, they just happened. The Rolex had a store in there.
Wait, they got a Rolex. The Rolex store is in the Related Midwest building.
Yes, sir.
What?
All type of stores and they built. That's why I'm gonna let y'all have Chicago. I'm putting my show on the road because I think the Divine Nine is in control down there. I'm trying to see if the Divine Nine is in control here. I know they're in control out west, but that's why we ain't got no money, in my personal opinion.
You don't think we have money because of the Divine Nine? Explain that to me.
Yeah, they in all the positions. They every position in Chicago, I don't even give a hell about politics, but I'm saying politically, all them people is part of the Divine Nine, ain't they?
Who would you say that? I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I'm not debating you that they're part of Divine Nine or they're part of organizations. I don't think they collectively get together and be like, we're going to cut the black people out. But
I'm saying they're in play.
Okay.
Damn. I'm saying they're in play. You check out the county commissioner, states. I mean, I heard somebody say it, a good friend of mine, I didn't pay no attention, but the majority of them people part of some type of secret society. But I didn't call in for that. I called in about the money. I'm in construction. It's $250 million finna come on 79th alone, and I'm still trying to find out what that lady said, which they said she did. That's our reparations. So why in the hell is white people in control of our reparations? That's $2 billion right there. Now, let alone the last 20 years, so-called black companies been in play. You know the ones be doing football games and all that. We 2%ers. I'm gonna come clean. I'm start naming names. So I'm just gonna stay in my lane, not professional services, but construction. They playing games, man. Land lease down here, related down here. All them gatekeepers got to go in Chicago when I get back.
All right. So here, let me read this to you real quick because this is from the Chicago Citizen. Oh, wait a minute. Let me make sure. Chicago Crusader. When asked,
I talked to that writer. He said he heard it. He was on. He was down the dial the other day. Him and Hermine. I forgot his name.
Okay. So yeah,
I'm on these people.
Okay. So King, you own the people on construction. So construction is one of the places that black wealth exists. What? Huh? So King, I think that we're not seeing the black construction that exists roll out the way that we needed to roll out to benefit our community.
Because they get the money right back. They gonna give it to black people. They give it to them damn Africans. You know the hell they are. I'm start calling them out too eventually.
Man, King,
they black on the outside.
I'm gonna let you do your thing because you know you be knowing some of the dirt. You be knowing where the bodies are buried. So King, I'm gonna ask you real quick.
I know.
Where is the rest of the money?
That's why I'm blaming on Divine Nine. It seems like they be blocking. They be at the door and say, "Oh, he can get in." I could be wrong. I'm over your positive. I'm saying I'm wrong.
I'm in a Divine Nine, but I sure can't get in. I be open this door. So I would say that oftentimes.
You just answered my question, then.
What?
You just answered my question. If you're part of Divine Nine, you can't get in. What about a John Doe like me? So it's all love.
You know what though, King? It's the alphas, man. It's the alphas. Yes, it's the alphas, man. I'm telling you.
I think it's 9 of them, man. It's just one. It's 9 of them. I thought it was 9 of them. I don't even know who they are.
The Sigmas are part of the inclusive we. We are the inclusive we. We don't exclude. We're not about exclusion. We're about participation. That's why you see people like not Stokely Carmichael, like what's my man? Now I can't even think of none of the good names. From the Black Panthers. Come on, Huey P. Newton. That's why the first march.
Okay.
That's why the first march was organized on Washington was organized by A. Philip Randolph, right? Like while the other guys was busy gatekeeping, they was like, "Oh, you too dark skinned. Oh, you got the light paper bag test. See Riis over there like that. Look, I'm throwing Riis under the bus." Nah, man, I don't know that it's a Divine Nine collective experience, but I do think that the people that get into these spaces become indoctrinated by their bosses and they find themselves believing the hype that is us, not them. So I appreciate your call, King. Where is the black wealth in Illinois? I thought it was it spoke volumes that the black millionaires and billionaires were not participating. And I think it's often because the wealthy black people don't feel like their wealth is tied to the success of any elected official. Anyway, y'all, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Carletta, you said, what is the Divine Nine? King Israel is saying that members of the Black Greek letter organizations and the National Panhellenic Council are blocking and I think that's like kind of like it's a secret society, and I think that's kind of general, right? But I think it's one of the persistent narratives that happen in the black community is oftentimes we look for people to blame individually when there's a collective issue, right? Like, and I do think that people think, oh, the divine, I think it's a lot of mystery to people saying the divine, not like Riis, you ever been to a Sigma chapter meeting? No, exactly. There's no conspiracy. And actually, quite frankly, again, I would tell you, if you go through history, most of the advances that black people have made in this country are because of members of Black Greek letter organizations, because they have a base. They have a group that will support them, that is bound to them. But we'll talk about that at a different time. Look, y'all, this is the Mace Jackson Show. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back. I got a couple things I want to talk about. We asked about black money in Chicago, in Illinois. Y'all didn't have no answers, which then makes the next conversation just that much more poignant. Look, y'all, it's the Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
My name is Chris Levy, and I'm working hard to become your next 5th Ward Alderman. As a lifelong Chicagoan, I chose the historic 5th Ward as my home and a place to raise my family. This means I have a vested interest in our safety and prosperity. But we need a change, and I'm the best candidate for the job. I'm not a career politician, but a motivated citizen who cares and will do whatever it takes to restore our community to greatness. My name is Chris Levy, and I want to drive change. Please punch 60 and vote for me for 5th Ward Alderman. My name is Chris Levy, and I approve this message.
With the longtime 34th Ward turning into the 21st Ward, there's only one clear choice for your next alderman of the 21st Ward, Cornell Dantzler. If you live in the 34th Ward, which is now the 21st Ward, vote for Cornell Dantzler in the upcoming election to represent your ward as alderman.
We will work together as a family and as a team so that we can make the 21st Ward one of the best wards in the city of Chicago. Thank you.
Punch 51 for Cornell Dantzler.
Over 25 years ago, Patrick Brutus decided that serving the public was the best way to help his community. And since then, he has been a dependable and trustworthy friend to all. Now, by fighting for safe and walkable streets, new businesses, and retail corridors, Patrick Brutus has the right vision and the most experience to lead the 6th Ward. On Election Day, punch 53 for Patrick Brutus, because he's our choice for Alderman of the 6th Ward.
Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Riis the ruler, Mace Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding. So go on, make my payments high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Look, Hey, check it out. First drug lord was President Nixon. Oval Office was the trap house where he was tipping. Got the drugs from Nicaragua and gave us crack. Declared war on blacks. Man, tell him to cut the check and tried to make it seem like a revolution. CIA was the corner boys for distribution. We could tear this country in half for retribution. But I'd rather get some restitution, so tell him to cut the check. John Singleton, man, he already told y'all. He broke it down for you when he made Snowfall. They locked us all up and created whole laws. So send a message like a cold call. Tell them to cut the check. Look, we built this city. We built this city. Put this country together and gave him hella aid. Lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Over 400 years. Been punching the clock, but yeah, we still ain't got paid. Look, they paying the immigrants. They paid the Jews. Executive orders, man, they made the rules. I want my 40 acres, you can save the mule. Cause as of right now, we getting played for the fool. Look, for sterilization, Tuskegee experiment, Rosewood, Japanese internment. Come on. Was all paid out from the government. We waiting on our turn, we definitely earned it. So make my payment high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Not no SBA loans, just run the bread, make it high, 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 high. Tell the government to cut them reparations, make them high, 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 high. Not no stimulus checks, just run the bread, make it high. Yeah, Ruthie Mo, Riis the ruler, Mace Jackson. This is the reparations interlude. We not asking, we demanding.
Back to the Mace Jackson Show. You You are listening to the most dangerous show. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For the black people, cause economically we are not equal. Waking up to lies, can't doze no more. I told y'all, yeah, this a dangerous show. Don't go to church if you ain't trying to help us. Don't even try to be around and can't protect us. We see the lies, not other politicians. We need money and no symbolism. It's Maze and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't tryna help us, they ain't tryna do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect your oppressed to solve them.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler, on the ones and twos. And Riis, I was down in Springfield yesterday, and one of the things that I noticed was the absence of black business. At least at the sponsorship table. And I think one of the things that I want to be a part of is reconnecting the dots. I've been having privy to some really high-level black business conversations with some pretty wealthy black businessmen, new ones. And very few of them connect their success to our elected officials. As a matter of fact, a lot of the black businessmen that I talk to right now do connect their success, their recent success, to Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Now, you're not going to hear me talk about that very often, but the very few black people that I do know in business, not the very few black people, because I know a lot of black people in business, but the people most capable, the most in a position, do not connect their success to politics or political relationships. And I was thinking about those giant corporations that we're sponsoring who know that their success is not possible without the Illinois Legislative Black Caucus. And my question is, how do we get to a point where black people have enough that we can be at the highest levels of sponsorship for our own elected officials? Because when those events happen, right, then the Amrins and all the big people at those locations kick in and they understand, and they also reap the rewards or the benefits. And I just want to make sure we connect the dots. Is there somebody on the line? Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. Where is the black wealth in Illinois? What's up, caller?
Maze.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hey, Tamiko, what's going on?
Good morning. How you doing?
Tired. But it's all good. What's going on, sis?
Yes. So let's say this. What I do understand from last night is delineation is a must. Because I don't know what part of the room you was watching, but I saw something else different. We need our own designation, and I'm not talking about African American designation, for contract participation on the state level, the county level, and the municipal level, even the federal level. If they do that, yep, we need our own designation. I'm not talking about African American. I don't care what we call it, but we need our own designation. Because I see black money in the room, but it wasn't our black money, our type of black money. And clearly people are confused about, you don't get to designate who we are. We're confused. I'm tired of people designating, you know what I'm saying, what to call us and how to celebrate too. Yeah. But I saw some black money in the room, but it wasn't our black.
I could say that.
I'm done. You have a nice day.
I could see that. Thank you very much. That's Tamiko Holt. I saw that too. I really don't even want to go all the way down that path today. Just because when you looked at it, it was just not a lot of black wealth. Like, to me, the biggest, there needs to be a connection. I think, Tennille said, I wonder if electeds have built a relationship with the black businesses outside of asking for the free. It always seems more like do for me. Service. I think let's back up. Riis, while I was at the event yesterday, I learned a lot. And I observed a lot. And so what I did yesterday was say, I'm not coming down here with the mentality of what's wrong. I said, I'm coming down here with the mentality of how do we fix? How do we reconnect? How do we build? And I'm going to tell you that in Springfield, it's like jumping into a cold pool. When we were kids, we would go to motels, when we were on road trips. And the first thing we did once we got to the room was run outside and go to the pool, right? And we always had to make the decision of whether we was going to jump into the pool and be cold and just get it over with, or we was going to ease into the pool. Yesterday when we went, there was some people that got thrown into the pool. So they saw all of it, and it's like if you look at it all from the perspective that we give you, then there was a lot of the royalty thing that I was talking about, the ego thing, that you could see the Black Caucus being treated as royalty in that space. But then so there's the part of it where I'm in Wakanda and I feel like you all should be community servants, and you should feel like I felt like there probably should be a level of humility that I didn't necessarily see. But one understanding where I'm at, Riis, everybody else got pushed into the pool. I slid into the pool and said, I'm not going to be mad at the pool and the water. I just got to get my mind right for the temperature. And then let me tell you what I saw. I saw an opportunity. Now, and I had some really awesome conversations. I had the opportunity. Did you know that the two people that control the state budget are black now? And not look like me black, but actually black. And if we could get out of our way of being angry, there's really the potential for us to do something, right? But then one of the things that got pointed out to me was over the last 20 years, we have built no infrastructure. Now, it didn't get pointed out to me because I've been saying this forever, right? I've said the black infrastructure is gone. We don't have a black political infrastructure. So then, as I was thinking about the two black people controlling the budgets of the whole entire state, Riis, I said to myself, what are the black institutions in Illinois that we need to protect or invest in? So I want y'all to give us a call, 872-259-7474. 872-259-7474. Who are the black institutions in the state of Illinois that the two black... Please take me a quick break because this is Dr. Wilson. But who are... Hold on one second, Dr. Wilson. What are the black institutions that serve the black community right now that we need to invest in? I want to point out that there's a lot of institutions that work in the black community but are not black owned and are not operated by us. And so give us a call, 872-259-7474. What are the black institutions that are in the black community that serve our community that need to be invested in? We're going to take a quick break, Riis, and then we'll be right back. Y'all give us a call, 872-259-7474.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
Elect Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago. Crime is out of control. Parents are frightened for their children. Downtown and our neighborhoods are at risk. Even gas stations are targets. We will fight back to protect our community. Elect Willie Wilson for mayor.
Maze Jackson.
Sometimes when you're very comfortable with white folks can convince you of how black people got it messed up, how we don't understand the real business. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? I'm telling you, I've been there. So you sit around, you be around people, and they be like, man, they don't understand the complexity. If anybody understands the complexities of moving weed, it's black people. Like, I'll never forget when I went up to the white guys when they was trying to figure out how they was gonna navigate around us. And Riis, they had this whole book about cannabis, and they had written it in this nice, pretty book that was bound, and they passed it out, and it was like they were legitimizing. I was like, dog, this is literally a manual on how to sell weed. Didn't we invent 3 for 10?
Stop playing with me, Smokey.
And we're 0 out of 200 in the state of Illinois with the most black elected officials.
The most dangerous show in the morning.
the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis, the ruler on the ones and twos. Hey, y'all, we had to take a quick break, but that means that Reverend Dr. Willie Wilson is in the building today. So y'all stay tuned, because he's a little early, but at 8 o'clock, we going to get it in with Dr. Willie Wilson. We're going to have this conversation about media, too, because I'm trying to understand what the heck is going on. I don't know if y'all seen... I think there's a special something that happens when black people come on black media, even though we had a big old incident with people telling black folks they can't come talk. We're going to talk about the Aaron Ortiz situation a little bit after the break. But I want to go back to this concept of who's doing the work. What are the black institutions that serve the black community that need to be supported, right? Riis, I would tell you that we have gotten to a point where I don't know who's who